I am finally, there goes Todd. I'm going to show the process of how I finish bowls and segmented bowls. You can use this for solid wood bowls or segmented stuff. I do mainly segmented stuff. So this is the technique that I've used for the past 10 years, and it's how I get just a beautiful shine on the vase. So I'm going to show you how I do it. I'm using just Forsby's tongue oil. It says tongue oil, but there are other varnishes in there that make it harden and cure. You can get this just about anywhere. They have it at all the hardware stores and everything. I'm just using a plastic cup and a clean t-shirt rag. There you go. This first coat is going to soak up a lot of this this finish, so I'm just going to put it on very generously, but I don't want any runs or anything like that. So just dip your cloth. Todd is barking. I do this with the lathe, not spinning, just because I like to be able to spin it by hand. That way I can control the how hard I push to get the finish out in certain areas. So I do want a good amount on there. I'm just gonna keep on putting it on. And it's okay if you do get runs. I mean, this is the first coat. We're probably gonna put on 5 coats, 4 to 5 coats. Same thing for the outside. This end grain, you want to make sure that you really get it in the end grain bottom. I'm going to let this dry for a full day, so I will be back tomorrow, 24 hours. Okay, this is day 2. I'm just going to sand this first coat basically all the way off until it looks flat. It went on pretty well. It did, I guess, raise the grain a little bit, but that's all normal. There are some drips, things like that up here, so I'm just going to sand those by hand first. This looks pretty good. When I did sand it, it did push a bunch of this white, you know, the finish and a little bit of wood into the grain, so I'm going to make sure I wipe all that off. Now you want to make sure you get the whole surface flat, like back to looking flat. You don't want to take all the finish off, but you're basically going to take off most of it. And every coat you put on, you're going to put on a little bit less finish each time because it's going to soak into the grain a little bit less. Want to apply a nice thin, even coat. Definitely don't want any runs or drips or anything like that. It's definitely going to slow this down if we do. So take your time putting it on. Do this part with the grain. And blend it out. Okay, that is the second coat. I'm going to let that dry for probably about 8 hours. And we'll come back. It's starting to get a nice even sheen. But you can, it doesn't have the finish buildup, so it'll sound a little different. Hello, Toddy. It'll sound a little different once we get some more finish on. I don't know if you can hear that. So just once again, sanding in between the coats with 320. So every time I'm taking the finish down, with the sandpaper, I want it to look flat in between coats. If it looks flat, you're doing it right. You don't want to take all the finish off, but you definitely are sanding back into the last coat of finish just a little bit. I waited about 8 hours. I'm going to put another coat on, and it's starting to feel smoother. I'm feeling less of the wood and more of the finish. But I'm still building up. And at any point, if you like the way it looks, just cut it off and be done with it. But if you want like a more long-lasting shine that's going to just hold up for years and years, keep on going. So still going with 320, and basically just the same thing. Sand it all off, put a coat on. This is a fourth coat going on. I'm going up to 400 grit from 320. I'm going to do the same thing, sand it all flat, put more finish on. You want it all to look nice and flat. And the same thing, just another coat of finish going on. Now once you get up to like fourth coat here, the finish is going on really thin, so you don't really need that much. You're not putting finish into the wood anymore. You're mainly putting it on top of other finish. So it's going to dry a lot faster. It's going to run a lot easier. But you're also going to need a lot less of it. Alright, I will see how it looks after this coat. This may be the last one. It may need one more coat. We shall see. So that final coat went on really, really well. I'm going to call it for this one. So now it's just cut the bowl off and be done with it. If the last coat didn't go on well, you can just do the same thing. Same with 400. Try again. But let me know what you think. I've done close to probably 150 bowls this way. I've been using this technique for 10, 12 years. It really works well. It's a little bit slower, but if you want a high quality finish that's going to hold up for years, this is one way to do it. So thank you all for watching, and let me know if you want more videos like this. Alright, see you later. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching my videos over the years, and I really appreciate all the support. If you want to help me out even more, there's some more things I want to do here. I want to do more videos like this, more talking, more interaction, showing the process of me actually doing things, letting you guys into like how I go about designing and planning and finishing and all that. So if you want to help me through that journey, I am on Patreon. You can go onto my Patreon page and you can pledge whatever amount you want and help me out. So thank you guys so much, and I'll see you on the next one. What happened to your fur? Where's your fur? Okay.